Hallo zusammen zurück bei Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments beim nächsten Fall. Und zwar das Drama von Kew Gardens. Schauen wir uns das mal alles an.
Holmes, for heaven's sake, whatever's going on?
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
What? Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment. A theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. I'm helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Since when did I become so transparent? Let us go.
Was haben wir hier? Das sind, glaube ich, noch von den letzten Fällen. Genau. Dann mal los. In den royalen Garten. Das war eine längere Fahrt als sonst.
Well, Holmes, here we are at the Royal Botanic Gardens. There's no doubt that this place is beautiful. But are you really intent on investigating the theft of the plants?
Yes, of course.
Don't touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer. And without turning it over this time. Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favor for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. And that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last exhibition. We haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glass house. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glass house.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do. Albert, show these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
Here it is. This is the place where the stolen plants were exhibited.
Thank you. Is there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but it seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just 2 days ago.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The two of you were good friends?
He He was my father.
Oh dear. Our condolences. We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
You say that he died here, in the large glass house?
Holmes?
Yes, just here, near the door to the colonial collection. He suffered a heart attack. Just like that. So suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
So. Na, dann glaube ich, werden wir uns mal eher damit auseinandersetzen, als mit irgendwas anderem.
The plants were here. All of them was stolen.
Do not touch.
Dann die Pflanzenliste.
Here is a list of the stolen plants. According to Albert, this is where his father, Montague Dunn, was found dead.
Ein paar Fußspuren.
The traces are thinner in some places. These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here.
Ja, an der Tür war noch was. Da.
The door was smashed at shoulder height. This door handle is new. It was recently changed.
Und da war auch noch was. Das Schloss.
The esconson was breached near the handle. The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to inspect the colonial...
Soil. It should have come from a flower pot. The soil on the side of this flower shelf is the same as that on the ground. Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here. This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it.
Na, haben wir hier noch was?
Blood. Someone fell violently against this sign, and they were injured in the clash. Most likely a head wound.
Irgendwie wird hier dieses T immer noch angezeigt. Ist meistens so, wenn hier irgendwas noch... Ach hier, der Blumentopf.
This pot was broken fairly recently. A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced. All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all.
Nee, der Topf ist zuerst umgeschmissen worden. Topf umschmeißen? Nee, zurücksetzen. Topf umschmeißen und dann dahin fallen.
No, it wasn't like that.
Dann war es erst umfallen und dann den Topf umschmeißen? Nee, nochmal. Das. Und dann das. Na, okay.
No, it wasn't like that.
Und dann fehlt uns doch aber hier noch was. Da?
Very strange. Half of the colonial collection is absent. According to this, They have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
Tür aufbrechen. Okay, dann Topf umschmeißen. Beckenrand stürzen. Ist das jetzt alles dann? Scheint
This
wichtig zu sein.
reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked. Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder? I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
These plants come from all the territories of the British Empire.
Haben wir wieder irgendwas? Was ist denn das da am Fenster?
These windows were perfectly cleaned. The smell is strong. It is a detergent.
Aus wie von einer Vase
This
oder so.
broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow. A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture.
Oder so.
Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly cleaned.
Autopsie durchführen. Führen Sie eine Autopsie an Montague Dunns Leiche durch. Sein Tod ist verdächtig. Warum stieß er die Tür des Kolonialhauses gewaltsam auf? Warum wurde das Kolonialhaus zum Teil geräumt und gereinigt? War es eine Falle oder ein tragischer Unfall? Ja, na, dann muss der ja wahrscheinlich, genau, Scotland Yard hier im Leichenschauhaus rein.
I asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy then.
Na dann mal los. Hey, da liegt ja schon was.
A beautiful feather pen of a good make. This watch is of great value.
Ein Mitgliedsausweis. Mr. Montague Dunn. Membership of London Crest Club.
A membership card for the London Crest Club.
Und ein Brief. An Mr. F. Wayne, Geschäftsführer der Druckerei Wayne Sons. Werte Mr. Wayne, Ihre Plakate für die große Ausstellung in Kew Gardens sind wundervoll geworden. Allerdings ist es wohl nicht nötig, die gesamte Belegschaft zu erwähnen. Nur mein Name ist ausreichend. Montague Dunn. Okay.
First of all, let us carry out an external examination. There are no suspicious marks upon the chest. Let us finish our external examination, so that we can proceed with the autopsy.
Und hat was am Kopf, diese Kopfwunde.
There is an
Schaut mal.
injury to the skull, most probably caused by the fall in the water lily greenhouse. The air from the lungs carries a faint floral aroma. The vessels and the pupil of the eye appear quite normal. No redness, stings, or bruises. Nothing suspicious here. Now, let us examine the internal organs.
Das sieht aber sauber aus. Das Herz, okay.
The heart's blood vessels show no pathological signs.
Wäre also ein Herzinfarkt eigentlich eher unwahrscheinlich.
The heart tissue shows no visible pathological signs. The lungs are congested and edematous.
Da schaut mal.
The tissue on the inferior lobe of the right lung is damaged, most probably caused by toxins from an unknown plant.
Können wir eigentlich einen
The
Herzinfarkt
liver is
ausschließen?
enlarged. It would seem that he was suffering from an alcohol addiction.
Möglich, ja.
The liver tissue is brown. There are no visible pathological signs.
Da haben wir noch den Magen. Ein bisschen gelblich
The
aus.
stomach tissues show no visible pathological signs.
Ja, wir sind ja noch nicht ganz fertig mit dem Magen. Der packt ihn ja sonst immer direkt zurück. Da.
There is a small amount of content. It appears that he breakfasted lightly, only a short while before his death. My suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the director of Kew Gardens, died from poisoning. Plant poisoning, to be more exact.
You mean
Yes, it is murder.
we should inform Lestrade?
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
The challenge, Holmes?
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder appeals to me.
Murder of any kind appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No, we also have the people working at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish and the son of the victim, Albert Dunn.
And also Miss White, of whom we spoke with Mr. Hamish. Should we bring them all here for interrogation?
No, a few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs. Yes, Watson, it is time now to open the doors.
Even those in the staff building. I suppose that is necessary.
We should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we don't know very much about Montague Dunn.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
More than a little.
Gut, da können wir wieder ein paar Herleitungen machen. Vergiftung. Er inhalierte irgendwelches tödliches Pflanzengift.
Locked.
Finden Sie die Pflanze mit der... Ich würde sagen, dann geht's mal wieder zurück dahin. Gut, dann reden wir mal hier gleich mit den ersten paar. Und den untersuchen wir erstmal hier. Gut, ist kurzsichtig, okay, ist ja nicht weiter tragisch. Dreckiger Kragen. Hände eines Gärtners. Und ist unverheiratet.
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
As deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression. Great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say? He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That
And
he had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Okay, meine Karte.
Colonial Collection. Dry Tropics. Water Lily Greenhouse. Palm House. Director's Office, Cloakroom and Laboratory. Nursery. Seed House. Ventilation System. Reserve.
Ich glaube, jetzt haben wir hier alle durch.
Locked.
Da kommen wir nicht ran, okay.
Locked.
Na, macht mir mal die Türen auf hier. Das ist das große Haus, wo wir schon drin waren. Nursery.
Locked.
Auch abgeschlossen, sagt mal. Ah, hier kommen wir rein, okay.
Nursery.
Und wie das gleiche Spiel nochmal.
Director's Office, Cloakroom and Laboratory. Reserve. Water Lily Greenhouse. Palm House. Colonial Collection. Seed House. Ventilation System. Dry Tropics.
Da sind wir jetzt. Ja, geh doch mal aus dem Weg, Watson.
There is a smell of burning.
Oh, da hinten, schaut mal. Es brennt. Nichts wie Hinder, es brennt. Was brennt hier? Zerbrochener Topf. Mhm.
The symbol is not from Kew Gardens. protective mask.
Gibt es hier noch was dran zu untersuchen? Ach, da.
Someone set it alight, but it did not burn. The plants were set alight fairly recently. Some have not completely burned.
Guck mal,
A
das
door handle?
ist der
Why would
Türgriff
anyone throw
wahrscheinlich.
such a thing in the fire? The door handle to the colonial collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same material. A broom handle was half burned. The remains of a picture frame.
Sehr interessant, sehr interessant. Ein Rasenmäher. Ich würde sagen, beim nächsten Mal schauen wir uns ja noch weiter um. Für heute war es das. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Bis bald. Tschüssi.